Hi there, this is Skull. Just about to unbox my Orion XX14G, and before we go any further, you should have a look in the back of my Toyota Hilux Ute. Now you can see how many boxes there are. We've got that one just there is the mirror, the primary. That's the go-to system. It goes right to the length of the back area of the ute. There's the box there. And then you've got the main box right there for the truss tube, optical tube. That there, I don't know what that is. I think that's the truss poles. And then we've also got a box across here for the case set, and also the case set and the shroud is just there, along with different eyepieces and whatever. That's the Stella seat up there. I think that's the Stella seat. That's the seat that you can adjust the different heights. Anyway, I'll just then go on to the next step, which is to get all this stuff out, and it's not light. Is it recording?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I did get it out of the car with the trusty old trolley. I'll just go through the boxes to you. This is the go-to base. This is the heavy mother. This is really heavy. I got that out with a fair bit of difficulty, but got it out. Now, up here is the truss tube assemblies. Here are eyepieces, the shroud, power supplies, all that sort of thing. Under here, that box there is the biggest box of the lot, not the heaviest. It's the tube assembly, the telescope tube, lower tube, and the also the upper tube assembly. Here we have, right here we have the case set for the bags and whatever else for the whole unit when it's put together. Then we've got the Stella seat, the adjustable Stella seat. That's the seat you can sit on, all angles, all heights. And then this thing here is the primary mirror. So, and finally, that's my eyepiece box that I'm going to put all the eyepieces in. And press it again then. Okay, this is box one. This is the optical tube, but it's also got a number of other parts in it. And I've got it on the computer now. I can see the tubes, the upper and the lower tube assembly, the dust caps. It's good that they've actually got two dust caps, one for on the top of that tube and one for the top of the secondary. It's very good. And then the other things that are on this in this particular box, apparently the where are we? Oh, eyepiece racks and all that sort of thing. So anyway, I'll get to it. Well, after unpacking the 4 boxes, there's actually more boxes because I've got some accessories, but I only mentioned the telescope itself. There's all the parts there, different bolts and whatever else, handles. There's the SynScan controller. There's the lower tube assembly. There's the trusses. I've just laid them on there. There's the upper tube assembly. Eyepiece rack, various cables. That's the Easy Finder scope. There's the mirror cell. I haven't taken that out as yet. There's the altitude motor and sideboard. There's the heavy thing. That's the base itself with the azimuth motor. And as you can see, the other side That's 6 white things. That's the paper covering the counterweights. There is possibly one thing missing after all that. The 2-inch eyepiece extension tube may be missing, so I might have to go back to Bintel and ask them about that. But at the present time, it seems okay. There's all the remains of the boxes. Now there are a couple of other boxes in there from various accessories that I did get as well, but that box there is the go-to one. One word of advice I could offer you: that's a snooker table there. Is allow yourself plenty of room to work on this. I'm probably not a space manager, all that well a space manager, but it will help you in the long run. Now that there, I've got the case sets there. I've also got the shroud as well, and there's various other accessories that I've got as well in this little box over here, which I'm going to go through with all those goodies. But anyway, the next thing we'll be doing is assembling. Okay, the side braces on the side panels, or the braces on the side panels, are pretty self-explanatory. There's screws that go in it from the back. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3. Now, the one thing to keep in mind, I'll just show you these captive screws. I'll put them all in. There's 12 of them, but what I'll do, I'll show you what you normally do. There's a spacer that you slide onto the bolt or screw, and then you slide it in. Then you put a rubber washer that you probably can see in there. There's a rubber washer in there. You slide that over the screw. You'll find it a little bit fiddly to do, and then you get this tool, and the tool goes over the top of that, and then you push with the screw itself and push it against it, and that seats it home, and that makes it captive when you take it off. Now, attaching the front base to the 2 side panels, you'll notice that I've already done one. The second one, you can see with the captive screw there, and then there's the hole there, another hole there for the other captive. And all you do, put them together and screw them in. Okay, once you've attached the front panel to the side panels, you'll notice holes, pre-done holes in the ground on the base plate, and they match up with the remaining capture bolts. And all you do is you marry them up and then screw them down. One little tip: when you're actually tightening these and aiming up with these captive screws, do the ones first inside the little holes, if you can know what I mean, in the sideboards, because it's a lot more awkward with your hands, and line them up first, those style, because if you line up the outside ones first, it tends to be harder to centre. Now that's the complete mount. You see the handles on it as well, the eyepiece rack, cable plugged into the azimuth motor, and up here the other motor, and also the controller, hand controller, is plugged in as well. There's the other handle just under there near the go-to sign. Okay, now we go on to the tube and the mirror. Now we've got the lower tube assembly to put the mirror in. Turned it upside down, as you can see. There's the mirror. Got to be very careful. It's got some paper over it at the moment. And what we've got to do is remove a screw there, and right around the screws, and that'll allow us to take this cap off. You'll notice with the mirror that there's some paper on the mirror. So I've taken that off, and it looks like it's some Glad wrap of some sort. So I'll take that off. Then you've got to place the mirror face down on a very soft surface. So I'll put this very soft sheet down. Okay. Then when you put it face down, you then put the end fitting for the tube. Then you'll place it back on the tube itself. Anyway, I'll get to it. Well, there's a lot of the Glad wrap that has been taken off. You can possibly just see a little ring in there. We're getting very close. Here comes our mirror. I'm going to shut this off so I don't do anything wrong. Well, I've placed the mirror on its face, as you can see there. And now I'll put the back plate on. Okay. The mirror cell is now in, and she's been tightened around the edge with those screws. There's 8 of those screws around the edge. So the mirror's in. Now we're going to mount it. Now we've got the lower tube assembly all hooked up. What we need to do is put the counterweights on. I'll put 2 lots, which is four weights. Each bolt takes 2. That's the hole we screw it in. And here's the counterweights right here. And there's another one there. With the truss poles, all you do is you attach it, the captive screw to there, and then to the next one. So they're next to each other, just like that, like this one has. And there, as you can see. Well, there it is. I got the upper tube assembly on the trusses. Just a tip, make sure you keep these straight. These have got to be square. Don't have them kinked. Sometimes they're kinked like that. If you do that, it's near impossible to get the thing on. You'll notice in here that there's a divot, a shape, semicircle. That's what you sit it on, and that'll fix it. There it is there. Well, that's a video on building the XX14G, and the next video I'm going to do will be operating the XX14G. Anyway, thanks for listening and thanks for watching.